Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This week I wanted to do a slightly different video. Not so much a planner video, but sort of a lettering slash header video that you can use to give you guys some ideas of ways to, I guess, spruce up your planners or bullet journals. Today I wanted to keep it really simple using just two different writing tools. The first one is a Tombow brush pen, which is, I haven't used it much in recent days, but I recently took it out and was like, wow, this is pretty amazing. And I sort of forgot all the things that you can do with a single Tombow brush pen, so hence this video. And then my favorite gel pen, which is the Energel Clean 0.4 millimeters in black ink. So with these two items today, I wanted to kind of go over some lettering ideas. I also have my Hobonichi Stencil Bundle set that I'll be using to kind of decorate some of these headers, and then I just took some stickers out. Not sure if I'll use those, but I have them on the side over here. All right, so what I'm going to do today is a Tombow brush pen kind of demo. So I thought I would show you guys one of my favorite ways to use this. It's actually dual-ended if you're new to this. One side is a brush pen and the other is kind of this like bullet tip. So this is much more firm and there's a much more flexible side over here. So I'll show you guys, let's do a little bit of a header first. So I'm gonna put Tombow. I love this tool because you don't need to have amazing handwriting or know any like crazy tricks. It's just basic like letters and a little bit of cursive. So the first thing I'm gonna write is Tombow. So I'm just gonna do like this, then write up like that. And you'll see that I'm changing like the amount of pressure I use. On downstrokes, it's kind of heavier, and upstrokes are a little bit lighter. Heavy, light, and I'll kind of go over that in a little bit. So Tombow, so that's like the first thing I'm gonna do. That's essentially just like capital letters, varying the intensity of the pressure. So if I add more pressure on the way down, you get a thicker line. And then if you release and like lessen the pressure, you get a thinner line going up. And so you get this nice pretty effect. But to add to this, I like to go in with cursive. So I'm just gonna use a gel pen. And instead of writing cursive normally, I'm gonna kind of drag the letters out so that they lie on top of each letter below it. So the word Tombow. So I'm gonna start over here and put a T. So I'm gonna drag the O. So make kind of like stretching the letters out. Sorry, there's a little bit of snoring. My little doggy's sleeping again right next to me. And then something like that. So that looks really fancy and it was not that hard to do at all. So something you can try at home. And then I'm just gonna put brush pen under. Let's just see, B, put a little dot. Another way you can do a header is just like putting little dots between the letters. Brush pen. So much snoring, but brush pens. Okay, so that looks pretty cute. Very simple. So what I wanted to kind of showcase here in terms of the pressure is any upstroke is really light and a downstroke is heavy. Light upstroke, heavy downstroke. Light upstroke, heavy downstroke. And I think that's essentially the base of most of the things when using a brush pen. I know there's like a lot of different brush lettering courses. I had taken some in the past years ago, and that was like one of the things that really stuck with me. But okay, I wanted to kind of go over some things you could do. Let's work with the word Monday or that specific header. So one thing you can do is just do a capital M. Like that, or we can even do an M kind of more loose like this. And then utilizing the thick brush tip here, I'm going to start out by outlining this one here. Let's take a look. And as you can see, this pen is so exact and precise. It like doesn't smudge, it doesn't smear, it doesn't skip. It's absolutely amazing. So this has been my favorite pen. I got it from Amazon. I'll link it in my storefront in the box below. But yeah, this has been absolutely amazing. Or you can do like that, and that could be like your Monday. Or you can even like write on the side and put Monday. With a little heart. I mean, you can really add a lot of details here, or you can do like 2025. There's like a bunch of different things to kind of stylize your letters and your headers, and this is really useful in just your planner, or even if you bullet journal. I used to do a lot of this in my bullet journal in the past. Okay, another thing you can do is, say for example you wanted to write in lowercase Monday. M-O-N. And then for this, a lowercase, you can do the same thing. Let's drag out the letters. M-O-N. Could do a little heart at the tip, something like that. Super cute. Okay, so let's see what else we can do in terms of adding some stenciling in. Let's see here. I'm gonna use this banner one here, and I'm gonna start out by using the bullet tip and sort of tracing one of the banners out here. Let's just see. And I'm just gonna color it in with lines. I'm gonna hold that down. Then I'm going to take the pen, the gel pen, and outline it. And then one cool thing about using a stencil is you can shift it down just a tad. I usually like to go shift to the left and down to create a cool little drop shadow. See how that gives like some dimension there? And you can even, if you want, add these little tags or these little hash marks. It gives it even more depth. Oops, maybe my pen didn't go there. And you're like, what is this? So this is meant to be a banner. So I'm just gonna do like a thin little line here, draw a ribbon. You don't really need to be an artist of any kind or have any artistic ability to use a stencil, which I think is great. And we get this cute little banner. So I think that's like so awesome. Okay, couple other things, some more ideas. Let's take a look at this here. So sometimes people ask, how do I use these boxes? You always start with the center box, and then you're meant to shift your little banner, these little tags to the side, kind of down and to the left or right. So it's supposed to look like that. But what really ties this together is connecting this line to here, the vertex of each section, and then drawing these hash marks down gives that some really nice depth. With the Tombow, I like to do a little color. Now, as you can see, I'm not trying to color perfectly in here. We don't actually want it to be perfectly colored in. This gives it kind of some depth, I guess you could say. And then you can write Monday like that. Another idea is you can do something similar with this banner. So this one, we start with the main piece, we shift this one over, and using our trusty gel pen, which is so exact and precise, we're able to make really clean lines. And for here, we're connecting this angle to here and this one to right there. So you're making essentially sort of like a triangle. I'm gonna do the same thing with the brush pen, just kind of like brush it over. And you can do Monday. Maybe this one will be capital letters. There we go, uppercase, something like that. So that's just another variation. Some other things you can do, which is kind of fun, is utilizing, for example, this box, but combining it with, say, one of these. So let's get it centered, and I'm gonna draw around but not inside the box, just like that. And then we're gonna shift these little banner tags over. And same thing, I'm going to use the color. It almost reminds me of like a Ninja Turtle with the little headband. But for this, let's say we're gonna do Monday. And then you're like, what goes here? Well, you could maybe do like the date. So let's say it's like 2. I don't know, I'm just making this up. And if you wanted to be really fancy, you could kind of go to the left of it and add a shadow. It's a little smaller, so kind of hard to do, but not impossible. Something like that is kind of cute. Or you could even do, let's see here, you can kind of mix up banners. Let's see if I'm able to show that here. I'm gonna take this one here, I'm gonna line it up. And instead of using this tag, these little banner flags there, I'm gonna use a slightly like slanted one. And it kind of gives it like the illusion that the banner is like coming down, if that makes sense. And then before I do any, I'm gonna put my color in. And you can even do something different, like, hello, Monday. With a little heart, something like that. But as you can see, the possibilities are endless. And all I did was use this one brush pen, a single color, and a gel pen, and have the stencil outlines. But essentially you can create a ton of variety in your bullet journal and planner spreads. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Hopefully it was helpful and gave you guys some ideas of things you can try out in your planners and bullet journals. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you. Bye.